Hello, fellow patriots, and welcome back to the Constitution Corner. Before we dive into today's critical discussion, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you the truth and defend the values that make America great.
Gentleman yields back. Now recognize gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Davis, for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. To our Secretary Rollins, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good to see you.
I was looking forward to the committee, I'm sure, as we've been excited about you coming. I want to share a picture, the best that I can reflect, from so many conversations, what's taking place in Eastern North Carolina back home. Farmers are absolutely getting pounded. These are, without any doubt, tough times, and they're facing many challenges between increased labor costs, low reference prices, increased input costs, so much uncertainty, double duty drawback for tobacco growers, trade, just uncertainty, and in the midst of it all, we still, regardless of how we got here, have no farm bill. And let's be clear, reconciliation is no substitute for a farm bill.
I agree.
In North Carolina, we have out west, which I traveled a little over a week ago to the western part of the state, and it's a dire situation that's still on the ground there as people are trying to pick up the pieces in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. But then out east, in which I'm honored to represent, we've had our fair share of challenges as we've been crushed with drought. There's so much going on, and by the way, I would like to personally welcome you to Eastern North Carolina.
I would love that.
But what we're leaving farmers now, we're leaving farmers these options. Option A, more debt, take on more debt. Or option B, I'm gonna throw my hands up in the air and call it quits. Here's the reality. I grew up cropping tobacco and doing a lot of hard work that we enjoyed doing as kids, and this is part of our heritage. And when you talk in particular family farmers, they want to continue and pass it on to the children, the next generation, but how many children want to take on all of this right now? So my first question is, what's the timeline for getting the disaster and economic agriculture assistance out the door that's going to help us in North Carolina?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. Oh, God bless you. Welcome.
You
first
took
of
up
all,
5 seconds of my time. That was a big one.
That was an amazing sneeze. The first thing I'll say is with ECAP in North Carolina, 6,389 of your producers received $118 million over the last month or two, so hopefully that is at least a step in the right direction. On the emergency livestock relief, which we just released in the last week or two, there's significant numbers going that way. 599 producers for 23, another 423 producers for 24, a total of $1.4 billion, I believe, on that.
And Madam Secretary, let me acknowledge the work that is taking place. I just want to really paint the picture. There's still a lot more work to be done.
Yeah.
And if I can shift, can you speak on whether you're working with our RMA, the Risk Management Agency Administrator Swanson, to defer interest charges on crop insurance premiums for the current year?
I don't have that answer, but by the end of the next question, we'll have that for you. I am not 100% sure, so I don't want to answer wrongly, but we'll get that to you right away.
Okay, super, thank you. And I want to really thank the chair because we've really been knee-deep in the H-2A program. This is so far an antiquated policy that's still out there, and we just got to come together and get this done. And thank you, Mr. Chair, for the task force, the working group that we advanced. But I want to come in particular with AWR, because I hear so much about AWR, and this is a real legitimate concern. My question is, what's been the communication from USDA with DOL as well as DHS in relation to ensuring there's enough workers available to continue to feed, fuel, clothe the American people so they can continue to keep the operations going with
Well, as we discussed this morning, although, sir, I don't think you were in the room, there's obviously a very, understandable concern in the agriculture market on labor. I spoke with the president about it this morning. I had a meeting with both Secretary Noem and Secretary Chavez de Rimmer on Monday night. The president, in an April 10th cabinet meeting on his own, talked about it. There is no doubt that, first of all, significant reform needs to happen to the H2A, H2B, et cetera, which I know you all are leading on in a bipartisan effort, but also the importance of our administration and this president, which he does, recognizing that we have a major gap in the labor market for our dairy farmers, a lot of our row croppers, and how you balance that, obviously, with his commitment to America and to the American voters, which we don't all agree on, but to address illegal immigration. So please know I'm committed to working around the clock to solve for that.
Thank you so much.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Yes.
Today we're addressing a pressing issue that affects the backbone of our nation, our farmers. Specifically, we'll be discussing the dire situation facing North Carolina's agricultural community. As conservatives, we understand the importance of self-reliance, hard work, and the preservation of our agricultural heritage. The challenges our farmers are facing demand our attention and action. North Carolina's farmers are enduring unprecedented hardships. In 2024, the state experienced devastating natural disasters, including Hurricane Helene, which caused over $78 billion in damages across the Southeast. These calamities have left farmers grappling with destroyed crops, contaminated soil, and ruined infrastructure. But the challenges don't end there. Farmers are also contending with rising labor costs, particularly due to the H-2A visa program, which has seen wage increases that strain their budgets. Additionally, trade uncertainties and increased input costs are further squeezing their margins. In response to these crises, both state and federal governments have allocated funds for disaster relief. North Carolina's General Assembly established the Agricultural Disaster Crop Loss Program, appropriating nearly $311 million to assist farmers. However, the application period has closed, and payments are expected to begin midsummer, leaving many farmers in limbo. On the federal level, Congress approved a $100 billion disaster relief package in December 2024, with $21 billion earmarked for agricultural recovery. Yet, as of now, these funds have not been distributed, causing further uncertainty among farmers who are already struggling to stay afloat. As right-wing patriots, we believe in the power of the free market and the importance of limited government intervention. However, when disaster strikes, it's imperative that our government steps up to support those who feed our nation. The current situation highlights several key issues. Delayed aid. The slow distribution of disaster relief funds is unacceptable. Farmers need assistance now, not months down the line. Regulatory burdens. Programs like H-2A, while intended to help, are imposing additional financial strains on farmers. Reforms are needed to make these programs more efficient and cost-effective. Trade policies. While we support fair trade, the current trade environment is creating uncertainty for our farmers. A balanced approach is necessary to protect American agriculture. It's time for action. We must urge our elected officials to expedite the distribution of disaster relief funds and to reform agricultural programs to better serve our farmers. Contact your representatives and let them know that supporting our farmers is a priority. In conclusion, the challenges facing North Carolina's farmers are a microcosm of the broader issues affecting our agricultural community nationwide. As conservatives, it's our duty to ensure that those who sustain our nation are supported and protected. Let's stand together to defend our farmers and uphold the values that make America exceptional. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word. Until next time, stay vigilant and stay patriotic. We are the Constitution Corner, where Americans' root guides its future. Until next time, stand strong, speak truth, and may God bless the United States of America.